Hello, my dear students. Okay, I hope that you guys are doing fine. Today I'm going to discuss to you the overview of what is art. Okay, so fasten your seatbelts, sit back and relax. Okay, so again, it may be hard to define art. But one thing is for sure, you have been doing art all your life, consciously or maybe unconsciously. But if we are to really look into the details of what is art, art is, it comes from the Latin word ars, A-R-S, which means ability or skill. It is a product of man's need to express himself. That is why there are some artists when they are bored or when they wanted to express themselves, they just paint, they draw, sometimes they dance, no? Because we also have performing arts. Alright, so it is concerned with, how man communicates his ideas and feelings through creating something nice, something beautiful, something creative. Okay, so there are 4 common essentials of art, and these are the things that you have to take note. The first one is art must be man-made. Man-made, so it is made by human beings, with the use of hands, crafted with the use of hands, of course with the use of some thinkings, because it has to involve ideas. Okay, and second, it has to be creative, it has to be artistic. There has to be the use of skills to be able to create something. All right, and then art is being able to express using a certain medium or material. When we say medium, it means the material used. Just like, for example, as you draw, did you use what's this? Did you use pencil or ball pen? Or as you paint, did you use charcoal or watercolor or oil paint, or what's this? What are other kinds of paint? So when we say medium, this is the material used. Okay, so those are the things that you have to take note. It has to be man-made, it has to be artistic, and it has to be creative. Okay, so when we say music, dance, theater, and literature, we consider these as visual arts, because we can see them. However, if you talk about fine arts, this involves painting, drawing, sculpture, photography, and even prints. However, there's also what we call performing arts. This is where dance and dramatization, theater, and music, play belongs to. This is where they fall into. Okay, each grows from a common need to really give an expressive substance of feelings, insights, and experiences. So to be able to create something artistic, something beautiful, something pleasing, it has to not only come from one's mind and heart, but it has to be able to convey a certain message, a certain feeling, a certain emotion, and of course it has to involve a certain experience. Just like, for example, what's this? Somebody who cuts hair, if that person cuts hair with no experience, then you can just imagine the output of your haircut. It must be crazy, it must be stupid, or something like that. So again, art or creating of art has to also involve experience. Okay, now let us differentiate art from nature. Okay, so when we say art, it is again man-made, therefore it is artificial. Just like, for example, a flower made from straw or paper, or maybe a gungal, or bottles, or plastics. no? Then that way it is artificial. But if we say nature, basically it's natural, no? It's created by God, no? It is something that, you know, has divine intervention. Although men, you know, plant nature or trees, for example, or plants, for example, but then again, nature did it, no? Nature has it. Okay. Another thing, a characteristic of art is that it's duplicated. So you mean to say you can follow it, you can duplicate it. While nature, of course, is original. No, we may be able to see some crafts like flowers, for example, which really look real and natural, but you know, since it's made of plastic, for example, then basically it's just a duplication of the real flower. Okay. And another thing is, it is, you know, evanescent, it's fleeting, meaning it may last a long time, but it will always fade as time goes by. So just like, for example, a certain t-shirt that you like, no, there's a printing in the t-shirt, like for example, I love Jesus in your t-shirt. It may look very nice at first, but eventually, because art is fleeting, eventually over time it fades. The color may not be as bright as it is, something like that. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the assumptions of art. Okay, the first assumption is that art is universal. When we say universal, you know, it is crafted by people regardless of, you know, time, place, and origin, that stayed on because it is liked and enjoyed by people continuously. Okay, so going back to the assumptions of art, again, art is universal, and that a great piece of work will never be obsolete. That means to say that if something is very nice, very valuable, it never fade. I mean, it you know, it will always stay known. Like for example, Mona Lisa. We probably have not seen the actual painting of the Mona Lisa, but we know about it so much. That is why it is the best example that art is universal. Wherever you are, you may be in Korea or in United States, you probably know Mona Lisa because this is universal. Okay, another assumption of art is that it is not nature, no? It is just probably, you know, man's way of interpreting nature. But then again, when we say nature, of course, it is created by God, no? It may be in a way duplicated by man, but art is never nature, okay? Because we can never create something that only God can, all right? And then the third assumption is that art involves experience. Just like I said earlier, if you wanted to paint something beautiful because you plan to sell it or to make money out of it, and you don't have the experience of painting, then you can probably just imagine a kind of painting, the quality is also not good. The same example as I gave earlier, if you are what is this, if you are somebody who does not have an experience of cutting hairs and you are tasked to cut hairs, no, eventually you can just imagine the output or the outcome. So it has to have experience. The same goes with for baskets that are woven, kanang gila or giwave. Kung wala ka experience, it will never turn out to be a basket or something nice or something beautiful, something creative. Okay, so again, when we say art, it has to be crafted with the use of your hand, and it has to also involve experience. So I hope this is clear. Okay.